Om. 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 Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanao Bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada. Sarasvati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambham Karishyami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada. Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langhayate Girim Yatkripatamaham Vande Paramananda Madhavam Paramananda Madhavam. Okay, let's read the verses we covered last time. Verses 13, 14 and 15. Mahatmanastu mam partha daivim prakritim ashritaha bhajantyananya manasaha Nyatva bhutadim avyayam Satatam kirtayanto mam Yatantascha dridhavrataha Namasyantascha mam bhaktya Nityayukta upasate Jnana yajnena chapyanye Yajanto mam upasate Ekatvena pritaktvena Bahudha vishvato mukham. Let's read 16 also. We read that last time. Aham kraturaham yajnyaha swadhaham maham aushadham mantrohamahame vajyam aham agneraham hutam. Okay. So what have we seen here? So Bhagwan Shri Krishna said that I am actually the source of everything. Everything is pervaded by me, right? They are in me. I am not in them, but they are not in me. This is the royal secret. Then he said that some people think that I am just limited to this form and this name. And as a result, their lives are very limited. So they are seeking false hopes. They have false desires. They're into false action, false knowledge. And therefore, their life goes on like this, all the time in falsity or falsehood. But there are those who are Mahatmas. And how are the Mahatmas? The Mahatmas are those who are seeking that truth. They are rooted in Daivi Prakriti, in good values, good virtues. And they are seeking me, and they want to know me as the source of all beings. These are called Mahatmas. They want to know me as the source of all beings, and that which is appearing as all names and forms in this whole entire world. So their view of the world is Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. The world is my family. How do these Mahatmas seek? They seek in 3 levels, in the body, mind, and intellect. In the body level, namaskaraha, prostrating, surrendering. In the mind level, kirtana, singing the glories of Bhagwan, singing praises and getting lost in it. And the intellectual level, Vrata, keeping firm in their vows. These are not only the ways to seek, but these are three that are highlighted here. These are how they seek. So basically, as seekers, we should have something that we do in the body level to seek that divinity, something in the mental level, something in the intellectual level. Body level could be taking care of our bodies, making sure we eat well and we sleep well and that we exercise properly. In the mind level, it could be doing our spiritual sadhana or japa or chintanam. And at the intellectual level, it could be studying of scriptures. So in this way, Mahatmas seek the divine. And some people also do it through jnana yajna. Jnana yajna means through inquiry. And this is where we offer our ignorance to that fire of knowledge so that we begin to know who we are. We offer all of the names and forms and they turn into dust. And we begin to recognize the substratum of the entire world. Some people feel and know that Bhagavan is in them. Ekatvena. They and Bhagavan are one and the same. Some keep some sort of distance, that I am here, Bhagavan is here. Pritakttvena. Some are able to see Bhagavan in everything. And that is a very beautiful, beautiful realization when we are able to see Bhagavan in everything. So now for the next few verses, Bhagavan is going to show how to see him in everything. Vishvato Mukham, the vision of God in everything. This, it's easy to say see God in everything. Okay. But for us to really dwell in the topic, he's giving us these verses so that we can keep our minds there in many, many different ways. We started with verse number 16 last time, and we saw this one word, yajna. So here in verse number 16, he says, Aham kratuhu, aham yajnaha. So I am kratu. Kratuhu means sacrifice, and yajna also means sacrifice. Kratuhu, we saw, is sacrifice based on shruti. That's the word they use. And yajna is what they use in smriti, like the Bhagavad Gita. But I am that which is in sacrifice. So we saw how every aspect of nature constantly sacrifices for us. Our parents sacrifice for us. Our teachers, our friends sacrifice for us. So in that sacrifice, you see me. Every time there is a sacrifice of what? There's a sacrifice where we give up the lower for the higher. That is called sacrifice. There you see me. When we give up the higher for the lower, it's called compromise. The compromise on our values. When we decide to sleep in instead of get up. When we decide to overeat instead of eat in moderation. These are all compromises. But when we give up the lower for the higher, it's a sacrifice. So see me in sacrifice. And then he says, see me in Swadha. I am Swadha. Swadha is what? The offering to the Pitras, to our ancestors. In our Sanatana Dharma, we do something called Shradh Karma, where we offer, every year we offer something to our ancestors. Now, why do we do that? We do that to remember our origin, to remember where we have come from. I remember we talked about this also in chapter 8. It is to remember how so many people did so many things just for me to be here. How so many people nurtured and protected our language for us to be able to learn it. So many people protected our arts, our music, so that we could learn it. People protected the art of cooking, the art of making something, so that we could learn it and benefit from it. So all of these arts, be it Ayurveda or sciences, be it, Dhanurveda, the science of weapons, astrology, astronomy, all of these things were protected, nurtured, kept, archived to be passed on to us. And on this day where we do Shradha, we not only remember our parents, our grandparents, but everybody who is in our lineage. Now, if we think about it, how many people are in our lineage? Huh? So first we start with us. 1. Parents, how many parents we have? 2, right? For the most part, 2. So how many grandparents do we have? 4. How many great-grandparents we have? 8. Yeah? Now think of how many great-grandparents we have, 14 generations ahead of us. How many? So I'm going to share with you something so startling that makes us think. Here. Okay. So you see here. How many grandparents do you have in 14 generations? So we said we are 1, with our parents 2, grandparents 4, first great grandparents 8, second 16, third 32, fourth 64, fifth 128. Now, I'm not going to read all the way, but you can see the numbers. When we get to the 8th generation, we are at 1,024 great-grandparents. When we get to the 11th generation, we are at 8,192. When we get to the 14th generation, we are at 65,536. So you can just imagine how many people had to preserve so many things to raise us. So many. This is only the work of Bhagwan. It's only the work of Bhagwan. To preserve something, it takes so much effort. So much effort. To preserve our files on iCloud, to preserve food, to preserve memory, so much effort. But to preserve a lineage of 65,000, that you can really see the glory of God. That I am that. When you do your Swadha, when we do our offering to our Pitras, to our ancestors, think that is divinity. So I am that Swadha. I am that Swadha. And the most beautiful thing is when we trace all of our lineage, it'll come to Bhagwan only. We all have the same point of origin. Now he says, Aham Aushadham. Aushadham here means food. Nadi Shankaracharya ji. There's 2 meanings. One is medicine, one is food. Why is food called medicine? Because food is medicine. Adi Shankaracharya ji says, hunger is a disease. Hunger is called a disease. So to cure the disease that's called hunger, we eat food. And that's why it's called Aushadham. So food is supposed to be eaten as medicine. When we feel hungry, when we need energy, eat food in that quantity to sustain the body so that we can fulfill our duties and responsibilities. It is not a pleasure thing. It is not we're eating for pleasure's sake, for enjoyment's sake, and we eat and eat and eat and then we get sick. Food is Aushadha. It is medicine. And that's why in our culture we have such great respect for it. That this is going to heal me and help me perform better. For those who do not treat food as medicine, what happens? Medicine becomes food. They keep taking so many medicines. 3 times a day I have to take so many pills. I have to take 3 pills in the morning, 6 pills in the afternoon, 10 pills at night. So many medicines. So those who do not treat food as medicine, medicine becomes their food. So in the act of eating, you see me, Bhagwan says. I am there. Because I am Brahmaji, the one who created this food for you. And when you eat that food, I am Bhagwan Vishnu, who is the sustainer, who is the proteins, the minerals, the vitamins in that food. And when you swallow it, I am Bhagwan Shiva. I am the dissolver. I am dissolving that entire food in your system. So in the act of eating, you see me. And we also learned in chapter 4, Brahmarpanam Brahmahavihi, Brahmagnau Brahmanahutam, Brahmaiva tena gantavyam, Brahma karma samadhina. Everything is Brahman. Everything is Brahman. The ladle with which we eat, the food with which we eat, the fire into which we offer to is Brahman. The one who is eating is Brahman. The goal to be realized by eating is Brahman. So everything is that reality. I am food. I am Aushadha. When you look at that, you think of me. And that's why also we pray before we eat. He says next, I am mantra. I am mantra, the sacred syllable. So many people say, we want to see some avatars of Bhagavan. We want to see some avatars. We saw Krishna avatara, Rama avatara, Narasimha avatara. Does Bhagavan have an avatara now? Is he here? Does he come? Bhagavan stays alive in his name. In his name. His name is an avatara. His name has Shakti or power. That when we chant the name again and again and again, that very form of Bhagavan comes right before our eyes. So it is a Gupta avatara. That name is, Bhagavan is hidden in that. And to reveal Bhagavan, we have to chant it, energize it, call it out. And Bhagavan himself manifests. Swami Shivananda ji chanted his mantra so many times. He had Sakshat darshan of Krishna Bhagavan. Sakshat. He saw. Swami Tapovan Maharaj ji used to chant Panchakshari Om Namah Shivaya. And because of this, he got so rooted in formless Bhagavan. Gurudev chanted Om Namah Shivaya. Purascharana, 600,000 times he chanted. Because of this, he could see Shiva everywhere. So that mantra is Bhagavan. You cannot separate it. Bhagavan lives in that mantra. And the more we energize it, the more potent it becomes for us. It has the capacity to reveal Bhagavan right before our very eyes. So I am that. I am in that mantra. So don't underestimate. Sometimes people say, I've been chanting this mantra, it's not working, let me switch. No. Stay with it. Get immersed in it. Get lost in it. Merge into it. Then you will see for yourself the power of it. Then he says, Aham eva ajyam. I am ghee. I am clarified butter. So in Ayurveda, ghee, when taken regularly in small doses, is very good for health. It supports our immune system, helps our digestion, it lubricates our joints, it gives us vitamins, minerals, good for our skin. It is something that they call very medicinal, ghee. So they prescribe it in food or for Ayurveda, in diet, to have ghee. So he says, I am that food which is so nourishing to everybody, which helps them, nourishes them, provides support. I am that ghee. Ajyam. And then he says, Aham Agnihi. I am fire. Now, in the olden days, that fire is the one that they used to offer all the sacrifices to. So it means that I am that which is reached when you offer. I am the place of offering, and that truth which is reached when offering. So anything that is to be offered, offered to me. I am that fire. I am that fire, and I am that to be reached. And then he says, Aham Hutam. And whatever it is you're offering into the fire, I am also that. Because after all, food, nourishment, all of it comes from me only. So in this way, Bhagwan's taking our minds to see him everywhere. And expounding on it so that it really means something and it settles in. Vishvato Mukham. How am I everywhere? This is how I am everywhere, he says. And first he starts with this because this is what was familiar to Arjuna. These Vedic sacrifices, these were familiar to Arjuna. Now he's going to go to something a little bit more familiar to all of us. And this is verse number 17. Pitamahasya jagataha.
पितामहस्य जगतः
Mata dhata pitamahaha.
माता धाता पितामहः
Vedyam pavitramomkaraha.
वेद्यं पवित्रमोङ्कारः
Raksamayajureva cha.
ऋक्सामयजुरेव च
Pitahamasya jagataha. Mata dhata pitamahaha. Vedyam pavitramomkaraha. Raksamayajureva cha. So the first word is pita aham asya. I think I might have said pitamaha. So pita aham asya. Pita means father. Pita. Aham. I am asya. I am the father of this. I am the father of this what? Jagataha, of this world. Mata. I am also the mother. Dhata. I am the sustainer. Pitamahaha, I am the grandfather. Vedyam, I am the one to be known. Pavitram, the purifier. Omkaraha, the syllable Om. Rik, Rigveda. Sama, Samaveda. Yajuhu, Yajurveda. And Cha here means Atharva Veda. So I am the father of this world, the mother, the sustainer, and the grandsire, the one thing to be known, the purifier, the syllable Om, and also the Rik, Sama, and Yajurveda. So how to understand this? First, we see Bhagwan is the father and mother. Very beautiful in our culture. We show Bhagwan as both father and mother, whichever way we relate to most. Why father? Why is he Pita? What is that symbolic of? He is the efficient cause. We spoke about this a few sessions ago. We have the efficient cause and the material cause. Efficient cause means the one who creates, who enables, like the potter for clay. Potter is the efficient cause of the pot. So this father is the efficient cause of the whole entire world. And the mother is the material cause for the whole entire world. So like the potter and clay make pot. Bhagavan says the potter is the father, the clay is the mother, and the pot is made, or the world is made. Why are these terms used? See, Pita, father, they are Tyag Pradhana. Tyag Pradhana means the father is mostly the one who is teaching the child to let go and detach. Because the father lets go of the seed. The father is the one who lets go of the seed and offers it to the mother. So the father is what we call Tyag Pradhana. And the mother is Anurag Pradhana. The mother takes that seed and she nourishes and she holds that child for her in her womb. She nourishes, she supports, she holds that child, she takes care of that child. She brings that child, she makes that child manifest. From unmanifest, she makes that child manifest. So the father is Tyag Pradhana, or mostly predominantly the one who teaches the child to let go, and the mother is Anurag Pradhana, the one who teaches the child how to love and care. So these two are important for every child. They must have both essences, both characteristics. One who teaches them how to let go, to detach, to be okay about things. And the other one to teach the child how to love, how to care, how to support, how to be with people. So Bhagavan says, in the highest level, I am the efficient cause and the material cause that brings together this world. But at a subtle level in our lives, I am father and mother of the child. I'm the father and mother. I come to the child as the father and mother. Because if you think of how much a parent does for the child, it's incalculable. Calculatable. You can't calculate it. It's so enormous that to even think how one person can do so much for that child is a wonder. So Bhagwan says, I also manifest as father and mother of this entire world. Then he says, Dhata, I am the sustainer of this entire world. Sustainer means what? The one who provides the results of our actions. Karma phala data. See here, if we think, how do the results of our actions come? Who provides it? In every action, there are three parts. One is called karta, doer, then karana, instrument, and then the karma, the actual action itself. So doer, instrument, and the action. So for example, there's a game. I'm giving the game example because yesterday was Super Bowl. Many people can relate. Now, the doer of those actions, the doer of the game are the players, right? And the action is they are playing the game. And the instrument is the football. Now, how do we determine the results of that? How do we determine what's going to happen in that game? Is it in control of the football? No, because the football is inert. It can't do anything. It doesn't have any life or sentiency. Is the result of action in control of the action itself? Can playing the game itself give the result? No, because there's no playing without the player. Right? The action cannot do anything on its own. It cannot act on its own. It needs someone to act upon it. So the action cannot give the result. Now, can the players give the result of the action? No. Because if the players could give the result of the action, then they could control whatever the result would be. If the player was in control of the action and said, this will be the result, I want this result and this will happen and it's my control, then it should happen. But it doesn't. And furthermore, there are different players there. All of them want different results. Right? Some may want to win by this many points. Some may want to win by this many points. Some may secretly want to lose. Who knows? So who controls the results of those actions? That is called Dhata, Bhagwan. Bhagwan is the one who is able to give us the results of our actions. It doesn't depend on the instrument. It doesn't depend on the act itself. It doesn't depend on the doers. It depends on Bhagwan. Means Bhagwan provides the results of our actions based on our karma. Based on our karma. And that is called Dhata, sustainer. Now the question comes, oh Bhagwan, you are the mother and the father, the sustainer. Who is your parent? Who made you? God made the whole world. Who made God? Pitamaha. I also am the grandfather. I am the grandfather. He says, meaning, I am the causeless cause. Just from the standpoint of the world, I appear as the sentient cause and the material cause. But actually, I am the grandfather. I am the causeless cause. There is no cause because there is no world. Everything just is Brahman. So, tumhara baap kya hai? Kaun hai? Like, who is your father? Who is your father? He says, well, I'm the causeless cause. I have no father. I have no father. Because I am father and mother only with respect to the world. But if you remove the world, then there's no need of a father or mother for it. There only is being. So like this, he says, Pitamaha. Now, if you take these four terms, Mata, Pita, Dhata, Pitamaha, they're also reflected in our Upanishads. When we say Matra Devo Bhava, Pitra Devo Bhava, Acharya Devo Bhava, Atithi Devo Bhava. Mata is of course mother. We explained is Anurag Pradhana. Pita is father, Tyag Pradhana. And who is the Acharya? Acharya is the one who gives the results of karma based on the type of student that there is. So if the student is able to take more, that Acharya will give more. If the student is able to take less, that Acharya will give less. And sometimes the student only needs silence, the Acharya will give silence. So that Acharya plays the role of Dhata because they know which Shishya needs what. And that's the glory of great Acharyas. Like how Adi Shankaracharya ji, he knew for each Shishya or student what they needed, and that's what he provided. And Pitamaha is Atithi, guest. Why? Because guest is called Atithi, the one who doesn't give a date and who doesn't give a time. It's called guest. And the causeless cause is beyond time and beyond space, beyond all of that. That is Pitamaha. Okay. Now, he says then, okay, Bhagwan, you are all of this to me. So what to do with my life? Vedyam. What to do? You know me. That's the goal of life. You better come and know me. Know your true self. I am the one which is to be known. There's nothing more to do in life. There's only to realize who we already are. Huh? And this Vedyam is that Raja Vidya, Raja Guhyam. That royal knowledge, royal secret, the nature of the self, the essence of yourself. Know that. And that essence is me. Therefore, I am that which is to be known. I am the only thing which is to be known. Because all other things which are to be known, they are only givers of more and more sorrow. They're not going to remove sorrow. They're only boosting the ego and getting us into so many more traps that I know this, I know that, I know this, I know that. But when we know the self, what happens? All sorrow is removed. And when we know the self, even the knower dissolves. And there's only knowing, there's only being, nothing more. Complete fulfillment. So he says, I am that which is to be known. Don't forget that. This is why we're studying this. Pavitram, I am the purifier. Bhagwan, but how to know you? I don't have the desire to know you. I sincerely don't want to know you. He says, don't worry, I am the purifier. At least come to know my stories. Come to know about my name. Come to know about my glory. Come visit me in a temple because I am the purifier. Shri Krishna says, if you come, spend time with me, see me, hear about me, the mind will become pure. Just by thinking of me, the mind becomes pure. So just by thinking of Bhagwan, so much purity dawns on us. It's a great healer. Just thinking of the name of Bhagwan, it removes all of the impurities in our mind. It has that much power. So he says, I am that purifier. Just think of me. Be around me. Look at me. Once in a while, look at me. And you will feel that purity. Okay, Bhagwan, can you give me a concrete way, easy way? He says, Omkaraha. Chant Om. Chant Om. Reflect upon Om. Think about Om. Because in Om, everything is contained. All names, all forms are contained in Om. And we saw this also in chapter 8, right? All words are nothing but letters, syllables. All syllables are nothing but Om, because they are within the realm of A and M. A starts here in the Kantha, and M ends here. And all possible sounds are made between A and M. All possible sounds. Therefore, all sounds are nothing but Om. So say Om, chant Om, and know me to be the origin of all sound. Know me to be that silence. Know me to be that which is even beyond that silence. So Omkaraha, chant Om, reflect upon it, think about it, and you will come to me. Where can I learn more about Om? He says, well, it is in all of our Upanishads. Rik, Sama, Yajuhu, Eva, Cha. In Rig Veda, in Sama Veda, in Yajur Veda, and even in Atharva Veda. In all of these Vedas, I am there. I myself am the Veda. Bhagwan says, I am the Veda. And in chapter 15 of Bhagavad Gita, I am the knower of the Veda. I am the source of the Veda. I am what's revealed by the Veda. I am the Veda. So look at me. Look for me. and you will find me. I am everywhere. You don't have to look so hard, Bhagwan is saying. You look in your own homes. When we see in our home that form of a mother who's constantly supporting, guiding, caring, loving us, that is Bhagwan. When we see in our homes, Father, the one who's constantly teaching us, caring for us, supporting us, helping us to learn, that is Bhagwan. When we see our grandparents who have so much love for us, that is Bhagwan. We don't need to look far. Sometimes children also can be the parent. So in the children also you see Bhagwan. And if you are living on your own, look in your heart. There is Bhagwan. So therefore he says, see me, see me, see me, I am in all. Now he's going to take it to a bigger level. He's saying, now see me in more of these things. Let me tell you who I am. Verse number 18 now. Gatir bharta prabhu sakshi.
Gadir Bharta Prabhu Sakshi
Vasa sharanam suhrita.
Nivasa Sharanam Suhrit
Prabhavav pralayasthanam.
Prabhava Pralayasthanam
Nidhanam bijam avyayam.
Nidhanam Bijam Avyayam
Gatir bharta prabhu sakshi. Nivasa sharanam suhrita. Prabhavav pralayasthanam. Nidhanam bijam avyayam. Says, Gatihi, I am the goal. Bharata, the supporter. Prabhu, I am the Lord. Sakshi, the witness. Nivasaha, the abode. Sharanam, the shelter. Suhrit, the friend. Prabhavav, Prabhavaha, the origin. Pralayaha, the dissolution. Sthanam, the foundation. Nidhanam, the treasure house. Bijam, avyayam, the seed which is imperishable. I am the goal, supporter, Lord, witness, abode, shelter, friend, origin, dissolution, foundation, treasure house, and seed imperishable. 12 ways to think of Bhagwan. So I'm sure with 12 ways we can hold on at least to one, right? Let's start with the first. Gatihi, I am the goal. Now see, there was this philosopher, very smart philosopher. And, she was very well known in her town to teach in a very eccentric way. This is just the way she was. So her students came one day and said, we want to know the truth. We want to know the truth of life. She said, oh, okay. First you have to come with me shopping. And they said, what? We want to know the truth. Why are you taking us shopping? She said, I need a new pair of shoes. I need some shoes. I need some sneakers to walk. You come with me shopping. They said, okay, fine. And they just went because Shradha, they had faith. So she was walking. It was busy city. Then first she said, okay, let's go to the grocery store. They said, why are you going to go there? She said, I need to go find my sneakers there. They said, you will not find anything. She said, no, come, let's look there. So they went to the grocery store. She took her time in the aisles. She took her time looking at different types of food and seeing all things. And she went around the whole store and she said, oh, there's no sneakers here. They said, yeah, we knew that. She said, oh, I thought maybe there's a chance. Then they were walking again. She saw a bookstore. She said, oh, maybe here. Somehow, maybe it'll be here. You never know. Maybe somebody's just storing sneakers here. And at that point, they were so irritated. So they went with her. And she was looking at books here, spending her time, her attention. By the time 2-3 hours passed, because she went to grocery store, the bookstore, she was taking her time. And she said, no sneakers here. Nothing here. Then after that, they went to like a furniture store, furniture store. She said, oh, let's go here and let's see if they have it here. And they were all scratching their heads, scratching. And they said, now we give up. We can't do anything. She's not going to listen. And she spent time sitting in each couch, testing it, looking at the colors of things. And then finally she said, oh, there's the shoe store. Let's go there. Finally, they were relieved. And they saw her looking for a pair of shoes. And they said, so which one are you going to buy? She said, no, I didn't need any shoes. And they said, then why did you take us for so long, so much time? Why did you take us to all of these shops? She said, because this is what you're doing with your life. You want to know the truth. But where are you seeking? You're seeking in the world where it's not there. Just like I was trying to find sneakers in the grocery store. I was trying to find it in a bookstore. I was trying to find it in a furniture store. It's not there. But I was looking there. And I wasted all of my time, all of my attention to find it there. But it's not there. In the same way, everybody is looking for the truth. Where? In the world. They're looking for that permanent happiness in the world. It's not there. But they're wasting their time shopping. So much time, so much attention, so much travel, and it's not there. They're trying to buy something. They're trying to look for something. But this truth cannot be bought, nor can it be sold. It's your birthright. You just have to claim it. You are already that. Don't waste time. So Bhagavan says, I am the goal. I am the gati. Oh, why are you wasting your time unnecessarily? Do sharanagati to get to the gati. Sharanagati means surrender to get to that goal. I am the goal. Don't waste time. You won't find it there. You won't find it where it's not. Then he says, I am the bharta. I am the supporter. I am the nourisher. Now see here, how many of you, when you wake up in the morning, drink a cup of tea or a cup of coffee? Yeah, right? You drink a cup of tea or a cup of coffee or milk or something you drink. And when we drink that, what do we think of? It's so tasty. It's keeping me warm. It's so nice. It's so cozy. That's the limit of what we think. How did that milk get into that coffee or tea? Did we ever think? Trace it back. The milk came from where? From the grocery store. It was packaged. From the grocery store, where did it come from? A delivery truck. From the delivery truck, where did it come from? A manufacturing facility. From that, where did it come from? It came from a farm. And in that farm, where did it come from? From the cow. How did the cow produce it? Because the cow was eating grass. How did the grass grow? Because the sun was shining. The rain was pouring. The wind was blowing. What made all that happen? Bhagwan, Bharta. The one who makes the sun shine, the rain pour, the wind blow, the grass grow, the cow eat to produce milk, which can be then carried from place to place to sit on our tables so we can drink it. That's called Bhagwan. It's called God, the nourisher. Every single food that we eat, that's how it comes. Well, you think if the sun doesn't shine, the wind doesn't blow, the rain doesn't pour, we will not have anything. One child asked Gurudev, "Who is God?" And Gurudev gave the most brilliant answer. He said, "The one who makes the brown cow eat green grass and produce white milk." So beautiful, right? So Bharata, the one who nourishes us. And this is also true when there is no food in front of us, there is no water in front of us. The one who comes to give us at that time is also Bhagwan. Sometimes we might not have anything, but in our own lives, I'm sure this is not book knowledge, but we have all experienced that when we were in need, Bhagwan himself will come and bring that to us. Yogakshemam vahamyaham. That verse will come in Bhagavad Gita also. He will come. He will come in whatever way required. He will come. There's the story of Swami Tapovan Maharaj Ji. I'm sure you heard about it, where one day he was completely hungry. He did not have food with him. And he just sat down in a dilapidated temple. And some thieves were coming to rob him. And he didn't have anything. So they, looked at his Rudrakshamala, felt it, and they checked. He didn't have anything. And they left. And then they came back. And they asked him, "Have you eaten?" And he said, "No." And they themselves gave Swami Tapovan Maharaj food. And after that, he looked in wonder and awe. He said, "Oh Bhagwan, today you had to come as a thief just to feed me. How much do you love me?" So that is also Bhagwan, Bharata. See me in that. Then he says, Prabhu. Prabhu means the one who makes the impossible possible. Prabhu means capable. Kartum, akartum, karishyati. The one who is able to do what cannot be done and what needs to be done. So the one who makes the impossible possible is Bhagwan. There is this verse in the Bhagavad Gita. I'll chant it for you, and then I'll tell you the story associated with it. Bhishma Drona Tata Jayatratha Jala Gandhara Nilotpala Shalya Grahavati Kripena Vahani Karnena Velakula Ashwathama Vikarna Ghora Makara Duryodhana Vartini Sotirna Khalu Pandavairananadi Kaivartaka Keshavaha. This is one of my favorite verses in the Gita Dhyanam. It says, in this river of battle, Pandavas are there in this river of battle. Who are the banks? Bhishma and Drona. Who is the water? Jayatratha. Who is the blue water lily? the king of Gandhara. Who is the shark? Shalya. Who is the current? Kripa. Who is the breaker? Karna. Who are the terrible crocodiles? Ashwathama and Vikarna. Who is the whirlpool? Duryodhana. And now the Pandavas have to cross these waters. The banks being Bhishma and Drona. How difficult it is to challenge them in battle. Bhishma and Drona taught them how to fight. Jayatratha is the waters. How difficult it is to challenge Jayatratha. If anybody makes Jayatratha's head fall on the ground, their head will fall into 1,000 pieces. Gandhara Nilotpala. This is Shakuni. Shakuni is incredibly cunning. How to challenge him? Shalya is so fierce in battle. He's a shark. Kripacharya, he's so well versed in archery. He's the current. And Karna, what to talk of Karna? He's even better than Arjuna in archery. Ashwathama, the power that he has, and Vikarna, they're the crocodiles. Duryodhana is the whirlpool. How will they cross this? Kaivartakaha Keshava. Only with Lord Sri Krishna as their boatman. That's the only way. That's the only way. And with Sri Krishna as their boatman, they were able to cross this river. They were able to win this battle. What seemed so impossible became possible. Kaivartakaha Keshava. Whenever in our lives we feel like we have such an impossible task in front of us, so many Ashwathamas and Vikarnas and Karnas and Duryodhanas in front of us. Not as terrible as them, but maybe so many challenges in front of us. Don't think you can cross it. Think Bhagavan Sri Krishna is your boatman. He will cross it. You just ride along. That's all. So we'll end class today with that one thought. Kaivartakaha Keshava. Right? Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namah. Hari